So I've lined this up along a straight edge, and I'm going to start scribing into the metal with the carbide tipped arborite cutter. I'm going to start before my line, and I'm going to end down here a little bit past my line to ensure that I have even pressure right through to the very corner. Each time I do this, I'm pressing fairly hard, and I'm getting a little curl of metal. So what I'm doing is I'm carving a V groove into the metal. And I'll cut this about, maybe between 5 and 7 times if I think I'm applying enough pressure, and maybe 10 or 12 times if I think I need more pressure. Okay, so I've got a nice raised ridge on the front side now all the way around, and it's time to start to bend it out. Now this is fairly difficult to do. It's important not to apply too much pressure to it, because the main reason for doing this is to have a nice finish and not to have a buckle somewhere that would have been left behind if I'd used shears. So I'm starting by flattening out the groove that has actually raised it up a little bit on the front side. There. I'm not going to worry about the ends right now, just the long straight pieces. I'm going to start to wiggle it back and forth a little bit until it breaks through. Okay, it's broken through now on this side, so I'll turn it over and do the other side. Okay, as I get closer to the corners, it's time to start thinking about pulling up the center like this, and holding down the metal around here, pulling up and kind of ripping on the piece that I'll be removing. There. And now that I've come right to the corner, I can start to bend it a little bit, and it should pop right out. Okay. Now I'll do the same thing down on this corner. I'll have to wiggle it a little bit closer in yet. There, now this should just, after bending it a couple times, it should pop right out. So this is the front side, and it's got a nice clean finish to it now. There's one more thing I have to do to this before it's finished. I have to cut another little channel up here, because this is the front, and there's an annealer port up here. So I'm actually not going to put this back on the kiln and take a transfer. I'm actually just going to measure to get the dimension of this little thing, and I'll mark it and cut it in with the tin snips. I couldn't cut this in with the tin snips because I couldn't approach it from an edge, but up here I can.